Go ahead.
Oh, on the F-11?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the short nose F-11 first version with the fuel probe on the front of it. And there are photos of the Blue Angels markings on those airplanes. I don't know if they were used either for one season. It was very short, and then they later went with the longer nose F-11 as in the monogram kit, which is the
Mhm.
correct airplane. But
So that takes care of the artist series. Now the rest of these are coming down here, what I call the regular Revell. They don't have anything special marked on them, but I haven't
okay,
really gotten to open the boxes and looked at them. So these might be actually earlier kits. Um, this says
that's the
1960.
Vigilante right there.
Huh? Yep.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah, we do have the Vigilante. There.
that's
There it
it.
is. Okay, the Vigilante, the Vigi. So
Considered the last S kit. And you know, is there an S on the box end?
there's not. So it must be the first one they
Ah,
did without. It's kit H196:98.
yeah, it might be on the direction sheet. There's something where that for some reason that was the demarcation as is known as the last of the S kits. I don't know why.
Let's see. Here's the instruction sheet and beautifully wrapped in plastic.
Wow.
Decals look good. Um, I'm not
Okay.
seeing any ed. Now,
I may I may stand corrected, but
this may have
that's
been what my guess is that it may be, at least since it's 1960. This might be. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's on the side of the box.
there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was some little, footnote thing that just made it yeah.
Let me put this up here with the S kits then. And oh my
Okay.
gosh, that means more of these might be S kits because I was only looking on the end.
Okay.
Let's see. Yep. S kit F106.
Right. Yeah, they're later fifth to be properly identified. They're 58, 59 era, and maybe they were just trying to clean up and modernize the boxes. But I got to tell you, if any of the Blue Troopers have built that 106, in my personal opinion, that is probably the epitome of the what they call the flush rivet detail. You took a real airplane and you shrunk it down to the size on your shelf. It was the
Wow.
most exquisite model of a jet fighter that I'd built to date at that point. The speed brakes opened up. It had all the waffle pattern detail on the
See them.
inside. It was an exquisite model, just fabulous. Canopy opened or shut.
But it
Pilot
also has
seating.
the outlines for the decals on it too.
You got to know where to put them. And those markings are with the Edwards test airplanes when they
I
went
noticed
to
the orange. I figured it was and it's got a desert in the background. So that's actually with a blue sky.
the
My
lake bed.
gosh, it's actually accurate. Well, that environment doesn't take much. I mean, it kind of sells itself, you
There's
know.
only one lake bed. Yeah, right.
Then we have the F-104 Starfighter and S kit. Yep.
Oh,
My gosh.
oh, this is oh my gosh.
Shooting
Um,
somebody down.
yeah, it was reissued as I think $1.29 on the end panel. I think it's $1.29. Might be a little more than I don't think it's a 98 cent. They were they were adding missiles to these early models.
Yeah, there it is. No, it says H199:89. And the inside says 59 to 61.
Okay.
But
Well,
it isn't it?
There's a little hook with the smoke on the target, the
Mm-hmm.
airplane going down in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You see it on the cover?
Oh yeah, yep.
It's
Airplane.
missing. It's in the actual painting, which I got to see in the actual painting. There's something missing from that box top. You see the shape of the smoke?
Uh-huh.
Put two ears on the top of it. You got Mickey Mouse. Swear to God. That's in the original art. It's cropped out, but it's Mickey Mouse in smoke of a airplane going down.
And of course
God bless you, Jack.
he's popping off two sidewinders. The other airplane looks like he's not ready to fire yet. But yeah, a lot of action going on there. Then we have okay, I do not see an S anywhere on this one. It's the B-25 Mitchell.
That's pre-S.
That's pre-S.
Pre-S
Okay.
kit. Yep. The 24, 25, 29, those were all, and 36 were the pre-S.
55 to 61 according to this, and in 1 to 64 scale.
Yeah, beautiful models.
These are
This brings up an interesting point. These box scale models, when you get to the bigger airplanes, they're going to be small on your shot.
right.
They're going to be small, and this is before you had or maybe even the same time as the Aurora kits and the monogram stuff coming up on 148th. So Revell was kind of in their own little lane with these box scale kits. But then when Aurora came out, you'd have these much larger models. But guess what? They weren't as accurate.
Right.
Okay, when you
Revell
compare the two
always
of them,
yeah.
so the conundrum was that would you rather have a smaller model that nails the airplane and looks perfect, or a larger thing that's more dramatic to have in your room, but is a
Mhm.
little bit soft on the contours and detail though.
Well, here's another S kit. It's the radar picket, the
Oh,
WV2, basically a
yeah, yeah,
pregnant Connie.
yeah. It's a Whidbey Island, and the background is relatively accurate there for it's a Whidbey Island squadron, and it's a repop of the Eastern Airlines airliner kit redone as the flying radar station.
The Century. Let's see. I do not see it. I think this might be pre-S. It's the B-52.
Yeah, one of the very last of the Prius. B-52 taking off from a dirt road in with JATO.
54 to 61, 175. Low box early stand arm.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, early stand arm. Anybody old enough to remember the three prongs on those stands? Yeah, that's why the hair, you see the gray hair here? That's why they had if you remember, the revolving stand came with two halves and then that little ring that went around to hold the ball
Mhm.
on the bottom of
Yeah,
the
I just
model.
broke one on my 727 the other day.
Ah, but the three prongs were the original idea, and when you lose one, you don't you lost the stand, it doesn't work. So they had a lot of complaints, and they redesigned that those three prong stands were out for probably a year, if that, and then they were redone as the
You
two
know, you
half.
build the stand and just take it to a model show and put the stand on display by itself and explain it to people. It's
Pretty
kind of its
rare,
own artifact.
pretty rare. Yeah,
This is pre-S, I believe. It's the F-84F,
yeah.
and
Not one of my
has early stand arm. Okay.
for some reason, I don't know why. I mean, my uncle's at Republic, and I'm a Republic brat. And the F-84 is coming out. Oh, wow. And I get the kid. I was like, huh? What? It missed. It was not. That didn't look like the airplane to me.
No, no, the front end's a little too big and everything. We have very nice artwork of the F9F Cougar -8 model. I like that.
Stunning.
And there's four more. He sent me one, two, five of these. So
Yeah.
I might actually build. This one's got the tape and it lines up.
Ah, okay.
And this is Prius 1954.
Yeah, beautiful color plastic. If you put silver leading edges on that, it was just magic. It was beautiful.
So I did my little dinky Aurora one. I didn't even paint them. I used silver decal sheet,
Oh,
trimmed it
oh,
because it just that small it
yep,
was a little easier, and that's like
yep.
all it needed. That the blue paint, put the canopy on it, and it was great.
Done.
Um, and I don't know if the Cougar had. I don't think the Cougar had an afterburner, but this one appears to. Well,
Why
not really.
not?
Well, it's just orange. I wouldn't say it has an afterburner.
Oh, Matt, I have a question. Is there a separate pilot figure, or is that the shoulders up head on the fuselage pad?
Let's see.
What do you think?
I'm gonna get where I can see it. The one thing that's nope, it's an empty cockpit.
Okay, so it's a pilot figure. Well, good for them.
And
Because that was all the rage to save complexity on the thing is you just have
I know
the fuselage
Aurora did
head
that,
have
yeah.
the pilot from the shoulders up and his head, and that's you'd put the two things together and that was it. Well, good for them.
Here's one that's still in production today, the D558 dash two.
Yep.
And
In the lake then.
Prius. And it's almost weird to see a rock. Well, that one had the jet engine, I guess, because it has the intakes.
Hmm.
Because it was just always weird for me to see a rocket plane with a landing gear for taking off. Because
That
I think
was the
the
magic
X1,
of
I
the
think
guy.
did the X1 do one takeoff on its wheels just to see
Yeah,
it?
Jaeger just to show him that he could do it.
Right. But this
He took
did
off
it.
and went up to like 20,000 feet, did a whiffer deal, and came back and landed. That's he had
Okay.
90 seconds of fuel. But the Skyrocket, again, it flew as a pure jet, as a JATO boosted jet, as a rocket boosted jet, and as a pure rocket. It flew in all four forms. And then Scotty Crossfield flew the pure rocket to Mach 2. But that was an airplane that was, and so that would have been, think about it, Max, that was the first X-plane kit.
Wow. And
Yeah.
ironically, the Navy they didn't have like an X number like X5, which is
Yeah,
Marines
and
never
the
sees.
Revell's X3 was an S kit in 56. So
Yep.
there you go.
Uh, one of the lesser beautiful airplanes, the F-94C.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always an interest a gussied up T-33 with an afterburner pre-S kit, but it's actually to make one of these as a kit to really
Mhm.
make it look good takes a
Mhm.
lot of work because you get the same with most of these aluminum aircraft because when an airplane's painted, okay, we paint it white, we paint it gray, whatever. When it's aluminum, I mean, you can just paint it aluminum, but it's just that's not what the airplane really looks like, because every
Okay.
piece of aluminum seems to have a different shade to it. And so let's see. Oh, the terror of the Navy, the Cutlass. Here we have the Cutlass going off the carrier with its burners on, which is right, the gear swinging. And
Positive rate, gear up. Yeah.
given that airplane's reputation, I'd be pulling the gear up the minute that cat shot.
Now this look at the
But the canopy's closed.
oh, interesting.
I think they normally blast it off and land with the canopy open.
Yeah, and by the way, that a bare metal Cutlass. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bare metal Fury. I mean, that you're talking very short period of time, and then they were great. But do you notice a common link between the Cutlass, the F-94, and the Panther? They're all hugging the deck.
Oh yeah, they all sat tail
they're
low.
all right
I
on
mean,
the
I'm sure they scraped the deck on more than one landing.
yeah. But you see what I'm saying? In within the frame of the box, they're all either right on the ocean, right on the thing, right on the. They're coming at you at very low altitude, high speed pass.
The Cutlass, which has a horrible reputation, maybe the worst of any jet in the Navy. But the
Yeah.
irony is, it was trying to do too much at one time.
Mhm.
Everything that is on that airplane eventually got perfected on another airplane.
Yeah.
The big flaps and all that. I mean, you got to give him credit. Vought was really swinging for the fences with that one.
Look, it's that same. That's that fateful time frame of just too much airplane for not enough engine.
Mm-hmm.
So the original
And and
Skyray,
the
the
systems were
X3,
all too
that
complicated for all the mechanics and
they
everything. We
just
just
if the engine technology had matched the airframe technology, it would have been a different story, but it didn't.
There was an article in Air and Space some years back about the Cutlass called "There
Oh,
was
so you got
never
it.
nothing wrong with it. It was always broken." And this is one of
Oh,
our favorites,
oh gosh.
the
X-15 in orbit
X-15, the orbital
with,
X-15
with
going for the moon, Alice.
the moon 20,000 miles away from Earth.
Man, I mean, as a kid, that's romantic, is what it is. It just grabs you. This is an S kit, by the way. And what I love is
Oh,
most of the kits on the side I have down here. So I'm like, oh wow, all the stuff
does
on
that
the
have the does
side.
that have the big engine or the two small engines on the
That's got
front?
the big one. This has got the big
Big
one.
engine. Okay, cool. All right.
And
Yeah, X-15 in orbit with the nose probe, of
of
course.
all these kits, if I was going to build them, that'd be that one because I don't have an X-15 on display. And we already talked about the H-19, and
Yep.
this is pre-S, the Army helicopter with the backwards rotor blade.
Yeah. I've shared the story of working as a line boy at a little airport on Long Island called Zons, and we had
Long.
a civilian S-55 land at the airport, and then I got the call to go refuel it. And Max, it was like standing next to a building. I could not believe how freaking huge. I had to use a ladder to get up to it was on the right side, just above the exhaust, and I had to open it
Great
up.
place for a fueling port, by the way. Right by
Cars,
the exhaust,
right
guys.
by
Thinking
above the exhaust,
big.
below the cockpit window, and I was on a ladder to reach it, and that thing was huge. I couldn't believe how big it was.
They are tall. And this is a very early B-24
Oh
Liberator.
yeah, hook 'em cow, huh?
And
Yeah, those early Revell bombers, I can't say enough. 25, 24, 29, 36. They looked like the airplane. I mean, they were just
yep.
so the lines, they nailed it. They just nailed it.
There's our A4 with the
Yeah, oh
bullpup.
yeah.
You
Isn't that
know,
beautiful?
I think it's gorgeous.
That's just
That is a really nice paint job. This is an S kit.
yeah, and I have to give Revell real props for maximizing earlier kits. You know, the 104, the F8 with sidewinders made the 2N model, and then the bullpups on there. Brilliant marketing strategy to breathe brand new life into an earlier kit. They've already done the research and development on the mold. You know,
And
take
which
lessons.
is, like I say, it's a business, and something like that creates product for nominal investment. That's kind of a no-brainer.
That's it.
All right, now we move on down to some stuff I have down here in the bottom shelf. Let's see. This is a ship. It's the USS Pine Island tender. There's not. Oh wow, one piece hull. That's a nice touch. I don't know anything about this kit. I may have built something like it when I was a kid. Just hold the artwork up there for you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Since I've got this open and the hole's right here, let's just take a second. This one doesn't have a card in it, but look at that beautiful one-piece hull.
Yeah.
That's just that's nice.
Yeah. And if you notice on the cover, the airplanes are purposely painted smaller than actual size to make the ship look bigger. See it?
Yeah. And that looks like a really nice kit.
Yeah, we could do a whole nother thing on Revell ships, and the same ascension in terms of technology. The pre-S stuff and the S ships. The carrier Forrestal was the milestone kit, 1956, 2 colors. It was, it felt like it was 3 feet long, had 8,000 parts. It was a real breakthrough kit. By the way, I
got the Midway class.
That was a stunning.
So,
and let's talk about those landings. You got an airplane on turning base to final. You have an airplane on the deck and one just crossing the fantail. It's going to get real busy there in a second.
I think they're just doing a formation flyby and showing off. They're having a good time.
You're too kind.
That one that's coming over the numbers looks a wee bit high. I think he's going to be a wave off.
Okay.
His buddy doesn't quite look like he's going to get lined up, so I think he's just going to do a flyover. And that, or they're all running out of fuel and they're getting desperate.
Yeah. And by the way, they're coming in from the right. No.
Yeah.
Right hand.
You know what? You got 2 in the proper pattern. You got 2 in the left hand pattern.
Yeah.
And I think you could label this painting beer bet. Last one down buys the beer.
So the guys are cutting in front. Okay.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
that was on vacation.
For an 8, 9, 10-year-old kid, that was a very complicated piece of plastic there.
Here's a cruiser, the USS Helena.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess
it's for you.
Go ahead. We're here for it.
It's a John Steele.
Yep.
And look at the ship. Do you see any men on the ship?
No, there's no people. Judging by that weather, I would hope not, too.
That was redone when the very beginning of Truth in Advertising started. Revell got hit with a lawsuit that there were men on the box top, but there were no men in the kit. I couldn't make this up if I tried.
Yep.
But Jack told me that story, and he said they actually had to go back and change the covers and some of the guns that were firing, they didn't fire in the model, so they had to. That's where it was going, and eventually wound up with photos.
Now here's the only tank or armor model in here. It's the motorized Sherman.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of motor they put in here. Let's be very
motorized
careful.
As in it moved or it made sound?
I don't know. This says 60 to 63.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the standard Sherman kit.
Wow.
Oh, no. It's an electric motor.
Awesome. Can you imagine the engineering going into that to make that thing move?
Since they probably use their existing Sherman kit, but all you have to really engineer is the bogey system. The upper hull would all be the same. Climbs, grades, and obstacles.
Wow.
Oh, it's tempting me.
It's impressive. I had the motorized SS Oriana ocean liner, 1961, and built the motor and put in the ballast and the whole thing, and took it to a yacht pond in Long Island and sailed it, and it was magnificent.
Really?
You pulled up one of the masts, the cargo masts, and that started the motor, and there was all these sailboats out there. Here's my ocean liner.
They had experience doing the Missouri that was motorized.
Yes, same drill, and one of my happiest memories as a kid. It was just exquisite.
Look familiar? See this
Oh,
artwork. That's the B-47.
Jimmy
And
Stewart,
yep,
pre-S, pre-S.
pre-S. That
Very simple airplane, no gear, very basic, early in the scheme of things.
and yeah, this says 54 to 61. Yeah,
Yep.
there it is. And it's got, of course, it's got the place where all the
Early
decals go. Let's see.
by about
And
10 parts. It wasn't like
and keep it with our bomber series. Well, I'm sorry, that's a repeat. There's the same B-52, but there's also the B-36.
Yeah.
6 turning, 4 burning.
Yep.
And that's right. I didn't realize I had 2 of the B-52s. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one more piece of quasi armor. That's the Scissors Bridge vehicle.
Oh,
This is a
yeah.
rare kit. I've
Yes.
never seen one of these for sale. And it's a later kit, I think, but I don't know how much. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
and I think
let's
it's a
see.
John Steele cover.
68 to 69. Yeah, it was a limited run kit. I mean, I don't think it I think I remember seeing this as a kid, as a tyke. And I remember there was actually an old Army recruiting commercial when I was a kid where the guy drives up with one of these things and expands it across the river, parks it, and drives off and just leaves the bridge. And you see
Oh,
this little kid and his dad come out and start fishing off of it. And he goes, "Did you want to build things?" It was like kind of like it
right.
was like late Vietnam. They were trying to get away from the military. As they showed, look at the nice civil things we do, and this is probably the most modern kit in here. It's the Wright Flyer. I don't know if Revell had their own or if it's a reboxing of the monogram kit.
Yeah, I believe it's monogram.
And that might completes the Revell kits. Um, but you're not off the hook yet.
But wait, there's
There,
more.
oh, I'm sorry. I forgot, Steve Martin. I forgot. One more Revell kit. See if this jewel looks familiar.
Ah! Oh my God. Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun. If this had had the ground equipment, I would have cried. And I
Yeah.
might have let a tear out anyway. So I'm going to let you talk about this while I get the rest of the stuff ready.
And am I seeing no tape on that box?
There is
Okay.
no tape.
Okay.
And 1959 1968 1 to 49 scale. Somebody's being very specific. And it's got both of the different afterburner types right here staring at me.
Oh my
The,
gosh.
the Lotus one and the one
Um,
with the mechanical arms.
well, the famous story is that is the second iteration of the same airplane model, but a kit that was done with all the ground equipment, engine stands, test pilot, work stands, armament, missiles, bombs. It had everything. I shouldn't say bombs, missiles. Um, Anything you can imagine to take the airplane and do maintenance on it. And it was $2.98. Well, guess what? Good idea. Didn't have just like the gift sets. It was too much model. For 298, you could go down to the hobby shop and get three 98-cent kits, and it died on the vine. I mean, they couldn't sell them. So
Mhm.
Revell, in Lou Glazer's wisdom, reissued just the airplane. So I believe that's $1.98 if you look at the end panel, and that was supposed to be the antidote to
That's
all the
$2.
yeah.
Call it 200, yeah.
So it was $1 less than with all the ground equipment, and even that didn't do it. There's a video on my YouTube channel, shameless plug, on the X-13 that Revell was going to build in that series, a 1/32nd scale X-13 Vertijet on the Fruhoff launch
I'd
trailer.
have bought that like that.
And they had proceeded, if you don't mind my mentioning this, they had advanced that to an actual build-up test shot of the model with it had
Which
a
means
squad.
they gone to the money to cut the molds.
They were literally ready to do it. All it was missing was the Lenwood box art, and they were ready to go. Again, a $2.98 kit. And because that 102 it was such a poor seller, Lou Glazer killed the X-13
Man, I'd
dead,
love to find
and
those molds.
they wound up going to Aurora with a smaller model. But
You'd think Lou would have sold the mold to somebody, but anyway.
yeah,
Now, with the Revels done, I'm going to move to the fewer ones here, like the one-offs from other companies. And then that way we'll save the monograms for last. There's not nearly as big a stack of monograms, but and I built, I think, every one of them. Okay, first we'll start with, I tell you, let's start with the one-offs. We got the Renwall Nike. You were talking about the guys running for cover. There they are at the double time, boys, and commie bombers are coming. And this is, of course, still in production today through Atlantis.
Oh, right.
I
It was
don't
a great kit,
know.
and a shout out to the Renwall engineering guys for the direction sheets that showed you where to put the glue. You remember that?
Uh-huh.
It showed with blue lines on the surfaces that you were supposed to glue together. It was a very petite missile, but the ground equipment with the launcher rails and everything, and it worked.
Pretty big buildup. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
them.
you can slide the missile back and forth and raise it up and everything.
This is another fairly modern kit, but it's rare because it's hobbycraft. You know, they've been gone for a while. So Piper Cub, and I might actually build that one. And it is correct in that it shows the gentleman soloing from the back seat.
Yeah, there you go.
Something you have personal experience at.
That would be correct, yeah.
And then we have some Hawks. We have, and I built the tester's repop of this, probably a half dozen of them for my Battle of Midway video. They're SBD. My brother had it. I had it. This is like one of those kits that it's kind of a stealth kit in that I had forgotten about how many times I built. When I say, oh, I built that more than anything else, totally forgot about how many times I built this. Very simple kit. No wheel wells, you know, if you put the gear on, it just sticks out of the bottom of the soloing. I mean, it's from the 50s, you know.
And we're talking like 49 cents.
Yes, 69 cents. Yeah, if this is 50, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell you guys about a time I lied to my mother over this very model airplane. Okay. And I'm going to make this really quick. When I was a kid, I got a 30-cent a week allowance. Right. Every month I had $1.20. And I've already told this many times, go down, buy a $1 148 scale model airplane, usually a single engine World War II fighter from Monogram, some rarely a Revell or an Aurora, or a tank. And I had, it was $1.04 sales tax. So I had like, 20 something cents left. And if I could scrape up an extra quarter or something, I could have a hot dog or something like that, but go buy some glue. Anyway, it's only been 58 years, but it may have been I bought a hot dog. I think I got there because the hot dog kiosk was right next to the models. Oh, that's clever marketing if ever there was. And you know what? I think I bought a hot dog, and that was like 30 cents. It didn't have $1.04. Is what it boils down to. Whatever skullduggery or I had been up to shenanigans. It wasn't skullduggery. Well, if it's deliberate, it's skullduggery. If it's just having fun, it's shenanigans. That's the difference, folks. So this was like 69 cents with tax. So I bought that. I went home, and it didn't even have any glass in it. Okay, there were no clear parts. I don't know if it was just been taken out of the box or it doesn't come. Let me see. I got myself curious.
Usually they'd have the cockpit windows open, and then the cabin windows would be a little insert of clear. No?
No, I don't see any clear parts.
Okay.
Let me look at the instruction sheet. Man, Mr. Rock did a great job. Everything is beautiful.
That was the ventilated cabin model, I guess.
Richard, you've done great job of preserving this. Let's see. I do not see the mention of any clear parts, but the canopy has framing. Yeah, that's right. There are no clear parts, but the canopy does have framing. And the holes they're just teeny tiny. So there was just, no clear parts for you, kid. It's too tiny. What do you care? And I remember that. Well, anyway, this is an example of never try to outsmart your parents. I figured, mom's a woman. What does she know about model airplanes, right? Not that she hadn't been buying them for me my whole life. So when I showed, she goes, let me see. And she would do this. She'd go, let me see what you spent your allowance on. And I pulled this out, and I'd already built it. And I showed her or maybe I showed her the box. And she looked at that and she went, how much does this cost? I went, $1. Oh, I'm going to answer for that when Judgment Day comes, but I mean, that was just a bald-faced lie. And she's like, this did not cost $1. This is not worth $1. Come on. And I thought she was going to make me take it back. And I'm like, oh, I already started building it. Oh, all right. That was not a good purchase. You be more careful with your money. Well, boy,
Lesson learned.
So every time I look at this, I just kind of wince a little bit. Like, don't, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. And moving on now, I've admitted to, oh my gosh, I just noticed the lightning in this picture. This is the Hawk Skyray. I didn't know there was lightning in the background before. I hope he's landing and not taking off, but I see the burners lit, so you guys need to land that thing because that crunchfoot lightning is going all the way to the ground.
That might have been equipped with the anti-lightning detection device that kept it safe.
Yeah, but that really is for that's
Little drama,
little drama. We have two of the Hawk Viscounts.
Ooh, wow.
Both versions. I built the repop of this because if I'm not mistaken, it's 1:87 scale, which is perfect for HO railroads.
Oh, wow.
If I remember correctly. And
quick footnote, the Capital is the correct airplane. Continental is not. Continental had the 800 series, which was had a couple extra windows.
Okay. Well, that's like I realized that Boeing 720 I bought from the old Revell kit. It's just a 707, and it has a good job, boys.
Yeah, this brings up a quick point, which is the mavens at these companies, at all of them, they all did it. I know for a fact if there was 16 millimeter film available, I'm sure it would show board meetings or meetings where they would talk about the marketing of these kits. And I guarantee you, Max, I guarantee you as much as we're sitting here right now, that there was discussion along the lines of, it's not the exact right airplane. And somebody said, they're 12 years old. They're not going to know.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
They're 12-year-old kids. We think they're going to know it's an extra window? Come on. Give me a break. Guess what?
We did. That's how we learned. I'm going to show this to them, and now I'm going to show it to you.
Oh, wow.
The two Comet spoofs. With the same box art.
I think I'm going to lose you here. Screen's freezing up.
Uh-oh.